Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk about the topic, do we create our own reality? Interesting, a lot of people ask me that, and I find it to be interesting, and you think about it because a lot of people think that what's happening to them is just bad luck or it's by fluke and they didn't sign up for this, but in truth, you really do create your own reality. And the reason I say that is because, you hear all about energy and balance and limits, but we all are on different frequencies. And that's something I wanted to talk to you about today. The frequency that we are on, but also to what we attract, is very, very interesting. In other words, when you are positive, of course, you're going to attract more positive. But it's a little bit deeper than that. Frequencies, other people start tapping into your frequencies, and this is what seems to evolve all around us. And I find that very interesting, but I've always believed in that. We do create our reality through the vibrations we send out, but also vibrations are a result of thoughts that we think of or what we focus on. Think about that. This is why it's very important. When I always tell people when things are going wrong, the first thing that people always say is, what else can happen? I say, oh, don't say that, because what are you doing? You're just tempting universe by asking, maybe you can give me a little more? And then you're going to have a lot more that you're not really willing to deal with. So the power of your words is very, very important. But also when we keep focusing on a particular subject, it does seem to manifest. So if you're thinking more positive, it will. I always talk about the timelines, get rid of those, okay? But when a particular energy is definitely being induced by us, it's also bringing up or bringing down our frequency. Frequency is very, very important. If you have a high frequency, you're a person that likes to see the glass full, not empty. But many times I will see people that have very low energy, very low frequency, and they're not going to attract the best things. Or what you are choosing to surround yourself with is very, very important. I always say that sometimes when you have family or you have people that you need to be around or even a boss that you don't like, this is kind of how I look at it. For those of you that are not happy in their job, try to picture your boss to be a really nice boss, okay? And I said this to a client the other day, and he said, oh, come on, Susan. I said, no, seriously, think about this for a minute. Think about picturing your boss to be the best boss in the world, as much as this person's a jerk, okay? But always picture it. One or two things is going to happen. You're going to get either redirected to another department, or you're going to get redirected to another job that's going to give you that nice boss. I told this person to try it. Interesting enough, I told this person about a week and a half ago, 10 days ago, guess what? Got relocated to another department with a phenomenal person that he did know, okay? And he would see this person in passing, have conversations. Well, guess what? The opportunity presented itself to him. So he emailed me and he said, Susan, I got to tell you, I hate to admit when I'm wrong, but there's something to this frequency that you said to me because such and such happened. And he started to tell me what happened. So when I say this, even though you're in a situation that isn't of the highest caliber or the best situation, still picture what it is you want, because then you may get rerouted or you'll go completely in another direction that's going to be of the most healthiest and divine frequency. So frequencies are it's like an electric charge. When you see batteries, you get a weak battery and you get a good battery. Think about that for a minute. You're going to choose which battery you want inside of you. And when you start understanding the power of a frequency that it has over what we think, what we surround ourselves, what we are facilitating, it puts things in a different perspective. All right? So I do believe that. Your personal reality is created by accumulation of all different vibrations also that's within you. So when I say choose wisely, you should. This is very, very important. When you look at it, we are nothing but energy. And I say this a lot. We are energetic beings. And you have to think of yourself as a frequency. Many times, can we be placed in this lifetime with a certain amount of vibration, a certain amount of frequency? The answer is yes. Now, how does that work? From a different lifetime, from different past life experiences, determines the kind of frequency you're going to have in this lifetime. So, what is the answer to that? Try to be the best person you can be in many different levels. And I'm not just talking about kindness to others. How about kindness to yourself? How can you help yourself? I always say to people, treat yourself like a friend. Many times when people are complaining and they're upset, I say, take your problem and say it was your best friend. What would you tell that friend? And it puts everything in perspective. So I say, then why can't you do that for yourself? The advice that you just said out loud, why can't you say that to yourself? Again, you are inducing frequencies that aren't really good for you. So you have to be mindful to how you're going about these things. I truly believe nothing happens by accident. Everything is a learning tool in every way. What are we going to learn from it, but what are we going to take away from it? How are we going to put things to rest so we don't continue the same cycle? So when I say coming into this lifetime and being your best, how can you break bad habits energetically, thought process, emotionally? How are you going to break that? You know, many times we have had things done to us that aren't really good, and we stop and we don't have trust anymore. We lose the trust. And I always tell people, you know, don't judge every person that comes your way by the last disheartening episode you had with a particular person. Every person should be judged independently. This is very, very important, because if you don't, again, you're bringing the same frequency back into your life and you are learning nothing. It's continuing the same cycle. You're here to be the best person you can be, but also breaking bad cycles, bad habits, bad the way you look at things. This is very, very important. So think about when you meet somebody, okay? Think about also the frequency they're projecting to you. It's very, very important. You know, I always say the same frequencies bring people together. Now you're going to say, well, how does that work? Say you have a really good business idea and you're looking for somebody to help you. And if you put that thought out, what do you think is going to happen? Somebody you know is going to introduce you to somebody you don't know that's going to help you with that particular business move, okay? And it's really kind of interesting. Do you ever talk to somebody and you feel like you've known them 1,000 years, or they have that same spunk, they have that same desire you do? Because you're both on the same frequency, the same feelings, okay? The same connections. So I truly do believe that we are our own reality. We can manifest it. And what does really happen, we create. Think about that. The next time that you are with somebody, think about what you are attracting to maybe get that person in your life, good or bad. I know, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? So if you're not happy with your life, start really paying attention to why you are attracting all of these people. If things are going really well with your life, well, then I don't think you really have to pay attention to it. You're doing it. You've got the magic ingredient. But do we create our own reality? The answer is yes. It really is. So think about frequency. I know you've been thinking about energy. Think about how you can be more in touch with like-minded people such as yourself. It's going to start making a difference. It's a food for thought. I want you to try it, but remember the outlook. Remember what I told you about my client who couldn't stand his boss, and look what happened. So think about it, change up your frequency, and there's going to be a lot more that's going to be coming to you in such a really good way. All right. I hope this enlightened you. It's always great talking about different subjects, and subscribe to YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. and we'll keep these videos going. Keep the questions coming. Love your questions, okay? Until then, have a very, very blessed and high energy week. Take care. Bye-bye.